Hi everyone, Shelby Micken here, and I am making this video to excitedly announce that I am going back to Tanzania, Africa in January of 2023. So the hope in making this video is just to explain the why behind God calling me back to Tanzania, as well as how you might be able to partner with me in all that God's doing in the midst of this season. So, why Tanzania? Great question, thanks for asking. In 2021, I had this awesome opportunity to get to go on a short-term mission trip to Tanzania, where we got to partner with this great organization called Win All for Christ. We traveled around preaching and teaching. We got to meet people all over the place, and we also got to go see this orphanage called Good Shepherd's House. We got to see it in its building stages and also help provide the funds to complete construction. When we had to leave after just 2 short weeks, I wasn't ready, needless to say. God had already began there to awaken me to this call into longer-term missions, as well as his heart for Tanzania. So while in Tanzania, I began to realize that there weren't very many programs or spaces for kids to truly be raised up in the Lord. And this kind of started to stir something. So God began to stir a desire in me to go back and encourage and equip his children. He wants me to use the gifts and the training that I have to awaken his children to his voice, to activate them in the Holy Spirit, his power and gifts, as well as to train these children up to be fully armed warriors in the kingdom of heaven. So what's the actual plan then? You with all the great questions. Well, the Good Shepherd's House Orphanage is officially up and running and filled with beautiful children living there as one big happy family. So my plan is just to stay at the orphanage for a few months and do all that I can to serve and teach while I'm there. I also have hopes to help with the kids programs at Revival Africa Church and any other doors that God opens. So now we've gotten to the portion where how can you partner with me in what God is doing in Tanzania? Another great question. I have recently started a nonprofit organization called Awaken International, and this is to help in answering God's call to go and to awaken his children to his heart, his power, and his desire for true relationship. So if you're able to partner with me financially, I'm in the process of raising $10,000, which will cover things like travel, lodging, food, and whatever other expenses arise. But also, really, my heart is to sow with what money God gives into this community as God leads. So here are a few ways that you can give. If you're wanting to give electronically, there are 2 options. There's Venmo and PayPal. But if you're the check writing type, you could make that out to Awaken International and message me for an address that you can send that to. Yeah. So, and if you're not able to offer financial support, I totally get it. And so instead, I would just ask that you would consider partnering with me in prayer. I'd love it if you would be praying for the people of Tanzania, the organization that I'm staying with, Win All for Christ, and just blessing over Good Shepherd's House Orphanage. I'd also ask that you'd be praying that God provides me with all that I'll be needing, practically speaking, as well as spiritually speaking, to walk out this call that he has. So thank you so much for watching this video. I sincerely appreciate you taking your time to watch this. And I just thank you for any and all support that you feel like you can offer. All right, bye for now.